And new developments in the case against a mother and daughter whose pit bulls mauled an elderly neighbor. Today, both were found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. 10 News reporter Jennifer Jensen is downtown with the medical emergency that happened just minutes after the verdict was read.
Just minutes after 41-year-old Alba Cornelio was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter by that jury, she began to wail. In fact, she became so out of breath she nearly fainted and left the courthouse in the back of an ambulance. We cover numerous court cases for you, but rarely do we see this: an ambulance leaving the courthouse and inside a woman facing jail time. Just minutes before, you can see 41-year-old Alba Cornelio, her head covered here in a turquoise scarf and her face is covered with a medical mask. She's undergoing treatment for leukemia. She sat near her 21-year-old daughter Carla in the striped sweater. Both Cornelios were found guilty by a jury of 9 women and 3 men on all counts.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Alba Medina Cornelio, guilty of the crime of mischievous animal causing death.
It was back in June 2011 when 10 News first told you about 75-year-old Emiko Mendoza, how she was attacked by the Cornelios pit bulls in her own Paradise Hills yard. The dogs were euthanized. Mendoza lost both legs and an arm in the attack and eventually died from her injuries 6 months later on Christmas Eve. Mendoza's widower earlier told 10 News the neighbors never apologized. Outside of the courtroom, the prosecutor talked about the 2 being a flight risk.
Judge listened to arguments from both sides today and made a decision to take the defendants into custody pending sentencing, citing both a public safety risk based on the nature of owning the pit bulls in this case, as well as a potential flight risk.
The Cornelios could get nearly 5 years in prison when they are sentenced on March 11th. At the Hall of Justice downtown, Jennifer Jensen, 10 News.
Mendoza's husband was not inside the courtroom for today's verdict. We reached out to him but have not heard back. And 10 News will be inside the courtroom for the mother and daughter sentencing next month.